Hey, Gary Baker here from 30minutemarketing.net. In today's video, we're going to talk about paid traffic versus free traffic and which is best. The age-old question of money versus time. All right, so let's get right into it. So the thing is, as marketers, right, we love organic traffic from social media, Facebook being the number one source for the majority of people. Currently, that's my number one source. So before we move on, let's talk about, right, which is the best, free or paid or free, right? Again, money versus time. So the simple answer uh, is going to be which one do you have the most of? That's the simple answer. So you have to stop and you have to think, which one do I have the most of and how to make the best out of my time. So let's hop over real quick and look at an article from Inc.com, and it talks about ROI inside of your business, how to calculate, right, your investment. So you have to bring time into the equation, okay? So just be aware that your time is not free, and the important thing about your time is, unlike money, right, if you spend money, you can recoup that investment. You can get money back. Once you spend your time is gone forever, right? So they talk about the time value of money, and it gets into, the comparisons in here, and it talks about like doing math with Harvard Business Review. So feel free to go through and do all that math and think about it, from the number standpoint. And that's a very important thing that you need to do, not maybe from a Harvard Business Review perspective, but from just a simple perspective of how much money is your time worth. So for example, this video, right? I'm shooting this video. This is what you could call free traffic. So how long did it take me to put all this together? How long did it take me to shoot this video? Let's just say that it took an hour for me to come up with this concept, put all this together, decide whatever, for whatever reason, find these articles, all the information, put it together, and try to be as coherent as possible to get the message to you, right? So let's just say that took me an hour. And let's just say that, for ease of use, that my time is worth $100 an hour, right? So for $100, I'm developing this video, posting it on YouTube. So I'm looking for a way for that time investment, right, to get that back, to recoup that. So let's say I spent $100 because I paid myself for this 1 hour. So I need this video to get me back $100. So at the end, I'm going to show you some products and actually a training course inside of a Facebook training course that is $1,000 product. Okay, so if I get one person to buy from this video that course, right, then I've made a positive return on that investment of time. All right. So one thing I do want to do before we move on is I want to show you a book here, and I want to read you a quote. This is from Dan Kennedy. It says No BS Series, Direct Marketing, Second Edition, the ultimate no-holds-barred, kick-butt, take-no-prisoners, direct marketing for non-direct marketing businesses by Dan S. Kennedy. As you can see right there. Love this book. It's great. But I want to read you something real quick just out of this. So inside this book, in chapter 1, right, he talks about why direct marketing for non-direct marketing businesses. Okay, so you may have a marketing business or you may not have a marketing business, but the thing is, at the end of the day, it's all the same, right? You have a market, you have a message, and you choose your media to get that message to your market. So here's the thing, right? I just want to read this passage to you real quick. Most ordinary businesses advertise and market like much bigger brand name companies. So they spend, waste lots of money on image, brand, and presence. But copycatting these big name companies is like a rabbit behaving like a lion. It makes no sense. Right? The big companies have all sorts of reasons for the way they advertise and market that have nothing to do with getting a customer or making sales. Right? But your agenda is much simpler. You should find successful businesses with similar agendas to copycat, meaning you should find smaller companies in your same niche that have the same time, the same resources, sort of equivalent to what you do. Right? Those are direct marketers, right? So direct response. That means they're putting out a very specific call to action and expecting a very direct response. Or they put out the call to action, they get a click. They put out a call to action in an email and a YouTube video. They click on that link. They purchase whatever it is, right? Whatever it is they're selling, whatever it is they're reviewing, whatever the case may be. Your product, an affiliate product, right? But this is the debate of traffic, right? Paid traffic versus free traffic. So those are direct marketers. You and they and I and you share the same basic ideas. One, spend $1 on marketing, get $2 or $20 fast that can be accurately tracked to the dollar spent. Two, do not spend a dollar that does not directly and quickly bring back $2 or $20. Again, that's Dan Kennedy's book, right? So that's the whole point. Just like at Inc.com, they're talking about bringing time into the equation and time value of money. So if we go back and we talk about this age-old debate, time versus money, paid traffic versus free traffic, yeah, they both take time, right? But you have to make sure that you can utilize your time wisely when you're getting so-called, quote, free traffic. So for example, on social media, let's just hop in real quick and we'll take a look at Facebook, and we'll take a look at my Facebook page. Okay. So this is my Facebook page, 30-Minute Marketing Facebook page on. So inside of your Facebook page, you can share posts and they give you statistics. So this is one way to measure free traffic from a true business standpoint versus, so let's say you hop on your timeline and you just start posting, on your personal timeline. You're doing business on your personal timeline. You're posting links. You're getting the message out. Or let's say you hop into groups using your personal timeline, or maybe you even have your own Facebook group and you're spreading your message, right? So that's going to take time. So one thing that you could do to measure that is, for example, you could say timer and you could say 1 hour. And I learned this trick from a buddy of mine saying, okay, I'm going to get on Facebook today, but I'm only going to spend an hour or 30 minutes on Facebook. So let's say an hour, right? And you can see the timer already started. So I'm going to start that timer. I'm going to get on Facebook and I'm going to spend an hour, right, doing business on Facebook. And then that's $100 that I just spent in that hour. Okay, so you could take that same idea and you can say, okay, we're inside that hour, you're posting to your fan page. You can see the posts here that I publish, and you can actually see the reach and the engagement per those posts. So this is a good reason to use Facebook fan page. And you can see here, you can actually promote those or boost them, which is a pseudo Facebook ad. And we'll get into that a little bit. So let's just look at the reach here, right? So for example, you can see the reach here, 56, 16, 17, and the reach is, if your post reaches someone through paid or organic distribution, they are counted towards each. So you can see I didn't boost these. These are just what we'll call free or organic. So you can see the reach here. So now this one, view promotion, you can see that I actually boosted this post. You can see the difference here, right? So that's 15 here. The top is 56 people that I reached with this organic post versus 1.6 thousand people that I reached in this promotion. So let's just look at this promotion real quick. It'll bring it up, and let's just look how much that cost me. So I spent $20 to reach 1,644 people. Okay. Now 14 people clicked on that link, and that's part of the equation into the the total spend, or if you want to say ad spend. But let's not focus on that right now. Let's just focus on the reach. So when I boosted this, so paid traffic, I boosted this. I reached 1,644 people. Free traffic, you can see the highest I reached was 56 people. Right? So you calculate the time you spent and the money you spent, and then you look for your ROI on that. So the link clicks, and then at the end of the day, how much money that you made off of the product that you were trying to sell. So that's the concept you're looking here. I just want to make sure that we're staying on the same track of free versus paid and time, and how money versus time, and how it all sort of comes together when we're talking about paid traffic versus free traffic. Because at the end of the day, I think a lot of people get lost in this concept of paid traffic versus free traffic, and free traffic being free. Like, oh, I just hop on Facebook. And you hear a lot of marketers say this, and there's a lot of solid courses out there, and I use the tactic as well. I don't think it's a versus debate. I don't think it's paid traffic versus free traffic. It's not paid traffic or free traffic. I think it's a combination of both that really that give you the best opportunity, right, inside of your market, getting your message out on the chosen media. So our chosen media in this case being Facebook. So let's just hop real quick into the actual business manager. So you can see here, this is my business manager in 30-Minute Marketing, and we'll go and we'll look at some of these ad spends. So again, we're talking about the time it took me. So we talked about $100 that we spend. So I make $100 an hour, right? So I say $100 an hour. So $100, I'm going to spend 3 hours, let's say, on Facebook today, getting free traffic. So I'm going to log into my timeline. I'm going to post on my fan page. I'm going to post on my own personal timeline if I use that for business. I'm going to go to groups inside of my market niche, right? And I'm going to deliver my message inside of this group with a clear call to action as best that I can to get people interested in me and my message and get them over to my offers. Okay, so that's 3 hours, that's $300. So let's say that I take that same approach inside of my Facebook Ads Manager account with paid traffic. So let's just say I spend an hour, right, setting up the message and crafting the message, which if I'm doing this with free traffic, I really have to do the same thing. I have to craft my message. I have to have an idea. I have to be very conscious of the fact that 3 hours I'm spending in free traffic, getting that, I had to craft the same message, right? So if I take that and I take that look, right, I can measure this inside of my ads manager. I can say, okay, for example, I reached 760 people here, right? So I reached 760 people and I spent $9.20. Here I reached almost 3,000 people and I spent 57, so just say $60, right? So not only are you able to measure this, right? And you're actually able to see how many people you reach, and you're actually able to see the impact, with results and all this other statistics and metrics in here. You can measure the amount of time you spent. So let's just say that first hour, right? Whether we do free traffic or paid traffic, that first hour, we spend $100 no matter what to craft our message. So those last 2 hours, right? Once I get this running, I step away from this and I reach 3,000 people and it cost me $60, right? You see where I'm going here? This is how you scale with paid traffic. So this is part of the debate, money versus time, paid versus free, right? At some point when you have developed and crafted your message, right, and you have a product that converts, you want to be able to step away from free traffic and move to paid traffic. And this is how you're going to scale and develop your business for the long term. And this is what so many people talk about, passive income. When you get paid traffic up and running, that becomes passive income because it's running 24/7 behind the scenes. You're just measuring the statistics. You're just looking at the numbers and you're just trying to improve those numbers to get a better return on your investment. All right. So that's real quick. That's my idea. That's my concept of paid versus free and which is best. The simple answer is which is best for you. So money versus time, right? If you have the money, right, to invest in paid traffic, then I say invest in paid traffic. If you currently don't have the money, right, and you can't find the money or get the money without going into debt, and you have the time, use your time wisely, right? Set that timer, calculate how much you are for, how much your time costs. And it may, I use $100 as an example, but you may want to be more realistic in that and say, okay, well, I don't really think my time is worth $100, or maybe your time is worth more. Calculate that out, set that timer, and measure it the best you can. Track those call to actions you're putting out in those groups and on your personal timeline, and see what kind of return on your time investment that you're really getting. Okay, so that was a quick look at paid versus free traffic. Now let's talk about real quick how we can learn how to do Facebook ads and get this scale going. Because what kind of marketer would I be if I didn't have a pitch at the end, right? So real quick, I want to talk about a Facebook training program that I actually use and I'm inside. Now there'll be a link in the description to this Facebook training, which I highly recommend. And as you can see here, step-by-step training shows marketers how to drive truckloads of profitable traffic from Facebook every month, growing a list of repeat customers, right? And it talks about how much money you're making. And I'm not going to focus on that because it's going to be different for everyone depending on your ad, depending on your product and conversion, targeting and all that kind of stuff, which sounds really complicated and hard, but that's the stuff you're going to learn inside this course. And J.K. Dowell has done a fantastic job inside of this course showing you how to do all that. As you can see in the ads that I ran, you can see the kind of reach that I'm getting for $60. I'm reaching 3,000 people. So Once you get inside and you buy Facebook Masters, right? The training program, I think he calls it, I know he calls it FBMP, the Facebook Masters program. Once you get inside, you'll see I'm actually in the boot camp edition, which has exams and certification, and you sort of stay on track that way. But you'll get these modules, and if you pick the boot camp edition, they'll be drip fed to you. So you won't see all these modules when you first get in if you go with the boot camp. But JK will be in touch with you, walking you through the steps. But he's going to talk you through why you should master Facebook ads, how Facebook ads work, right? So 7 elements of ad objects. You get all these things, right? So you get talk about sales funnels, cold traffic, warm traffic, and this is very important to realize too. Even inside of free traffic, you're going to have to go through these same stages of cold, warm, and hot traffic. Because when you're spending your time, so your quote unquote again free traffic, and that time you're putting out there on Facebook, right? That audience is going to be cold. You're going to have to warm them up. You're going to have to get them hot and become a buyer. So you're going to walk through all these stages as they pertain to Facebook ads, but it really applies to free traffic as well. It's going to go through creatives. It's going to talk about image ads, video ads, text and journey ads, visual ads, how to do your ad copy, right? How to keep your creative or your ads compliant with Facebook, because Facebook has lots of rules when it comes to to paid ads. Again, paid traffic inside of Facebook is different, but somewhat more effective than free traffic, whereas sometimes free traffic you can get away with saying things more direct and using more direct language than you might be able to get away with in paid. So again, the debate, free traffic versus paid traffic, again, it's not a versus, it's a paid traffic, and how to use free traffic and how to get the best out of both. So again, we're going to go into targeting. He's going to talk about all your different, again, traffic funnels, cold to warm funnels, hot funnels, all that kind of stuff, right? And then you're going to be able to go through tweak, optimize. Again, this comes back on the end of it, right? So if you're spending $1, you're making $2. You want to get to where you're spending $1, making $3, making $4. Just like Dan Kennedy said in his No BS book, right? You want to spend $1, make $20. That's the ultimate goal, right? So again, that is a quick look inside of the Facebook Masters program from J.K. Dowdle. I highly, highly recommend that course. There'll be a link in the description. And again, that is my pitch to you about paid traffic versus free traffic and which is best. It really boils down to that age-old debate, money versus time. Which one do you have more of, right? Which one can be most effective? So get out there. If all you can do is free traffic for now, get out there, craft your message, really target your market and work it, right? Do the best you can do until you're able to build up, get access to Facebook Masters Program course, start studying, learning about Facebook traffic, spend your money wisely, make sure that you craft your message and hone it, and then that's when your paid traffic is really going to take off and scale. All right. So again, this has been Gary Baker from 30minutemarketing.net. I want to thank you for your time, and I will talk to you later. Bye.